Hello and welcome to Property Box News. I'm Simon Evison. This week we take a look at some of the points debated in Parliament recently, and to start with, more on safety in the private rented sector. A recent survey has shown that a surprising amount of landlords are lacking in safety knowledge. The most common offenders are those who are the accidental landlords who don't have an annual gas safety certificate in place. The law states a registered gas safe engineer must check all gas appliances on an annual basis and provide a certificate within 28 days of the check. A working smoke alarm must be fitted, and carbon monoxide alarms should be fitted in rooms with a solid fuel appliance. The survey of both landlords and tenants carried out by GasTag showed 28% of people didn't know if their rented home had a gas safety certificate, and 24% did not think their landlord was obliged to install a carbon monoxide alarm if there was solid fuel burning like wood or coal. It also found that 81% did not know that a landlord is responsible for checking all electrical appliances every time a new tenant moves into a property, while 36% worryingly thought they, rather than their landlord, should be responsible for the electrical safety. Paul Duros, Chief Executive of GasTag, had this to say: "Our findings reveal that there is a huge amount of confusion about what someone's landlord is responsible for. This lack of basic safety knowledge means that thousands of people renting in the UK could be putting their lives at risk." So, if you are in any doubt, check the link below to the safety guide that I posted a couple of weeks ago. It's in the section below, and there's a link for a full report on the survey. Now, the rescheduled debate on the private rented sector took place recently in Parliament. Many observers were not happy with the outcome. The general consensus is more action is needed and less debate and consultation. A hotly debated topic was the subject of tax incentives for offering longer tenancy agreements. The RLA is campaigning very hard for this to happen, and it divided opinion in the debate. Sir Robert Sims, Conservative MP for Poole, backed the campaign in the House, and in the recent RLA survey of almost 3,000 landlords, 63% reported that they would offer a tenancy of 12 months or longer at the request of the tenant. So the will is there. There are barriers though, with one or two risks to the landlord. A longer tenancy also includes a greater risk for the landlords in that they will potentially be left to shoulder the cost if a tenant stops paying rent. And RLA research found nearly 1 in 4 landlords said their mortgage conditions restricted the maximum tenancy length. Housing Secretary James Brokenshire confirmed the government will shortly consult on options to support landlords to offer longer tenancies to those who want them. So, more discussion. However, Marie Black, SNP MP for Paisley and Renfrewshire South, said any action to tackle barriers to landlords offering longer and more secure tenancies has been kicked into the long grass, with the government instead announcing yet another consultation to add to the 15 already ongoing consultations relating to the private rented sector. It's divided the debate across the sector, and no doubt you have got some opinion on longer tenancies. For example, would you offer a 3 or 5 year tenancy if you got a tax break? Leave us a comment below. We'd like to hear what you think. Selective licensing was also addressed, with several MPs calling for the government to make it easier for local authorities to introduce landlord licensing. Emma Hardy, Labour MP for Hull West and Hessle, is keen to see this happen so that, as she says, they, the councils, can check that all these people living in private rented accommodation are not living somewhere that is a hazard to their health. She was quick to point out that most landlords are good and offer quality accommodation, but there are still some rogue landlords out there. Lloyd Russell Moyle, Labour MP for Brighton Kemp Town, spoke of the importance of selective licensing schemes. He went on to express bemusement and even frustration that the Minister has still not signed off on numerous selective licensing applications, including one for his own constituency. So, has selective licensing hit your area? Is it a help? Is it a hindrance? As always, leave us a comment below. That's all from me. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. It's clearly divided the bait. The bait? What bait? We're going fishing? We've got a big one here.